Good evening and welcome to today's news roundup. We have three major headlines for you. First, a gripping search operation is underway as a submarine mysteriously disappears while exploring the Titanic shipwreck, leaving authorities puzzled and families anxious. Next, the European Union seeks a staggering €50 billion to support Ukraine's post-war recovery effort. And finally, former Chancellor George Osborne reveals the Treasury's lack of preparedness for extended lockdowns, highlighting the unforeseen challenges faced during the pandemic. Join us as we explore these captivating stories that have grabbed the world's attention. Let's dive in. The search teams are tirelessly working to locate the Titan, with British billionaire Hamish Harding among the 5 individuals on board. Harding, the chair of private plane firm Action Aviation, was reported as one of the mission specialists on the OceanGate Expeditions vessel. The submersible was reported overdue on Sunday evening, approximately 435 miles south of St. John's, Newfoundland. A family statement identified Pakistani businessman Shahzada Dawood and his son Suleman Dawood as 2 of the other individuals on board. French explorer Paul-Henri Nargeolet and OceanGate CEO and founder Stockton Rush are widely reported to be the other 2 passengers. The submersible was equipped with a 96-hour oxygen supply, starting on Sunday morning. The vessel, made of titanium and filament wound carbon fiber, can carry 5 people, including a pilot and 4 mission specialists such as archaeologists or marine biologists. Efforts are underway to locate the Titan, but the search is complex due to the uncertainty of whether the vessel has surfaced. U.S. and Canadian aircraft, along with large ships, are involved in the search. The company is also working to deploy a remotely operated vehicle, RAV, capable of reaching a depth of 6,000 meters, 20,000 feet, to assist in the search. The cause of the submersible's disappearance is yet to be determined, but possible scenarios include entanglement in the wreckage, power or communication failure, or a leak in the pressure hull. The challenging nature of the seabed and the debris surrounding the Titanic wreck make the search and rescue operation difficult. The Titan, known for its cutting-edge technology, uses Elon Musk's Starlink satellite technology for communication. However, it remains unclear if the loss of contact was related to this communication system. We will provide updates on the search as soon as more information becomes available. Moving to our next headline. EU asks members for €50 billion to help Ukraine. According to Reuters, Ursula von der Leyen, the president of the European Commission, announced a €50 billion aid package for Ukraine. This funding comes after a review of the EU budget and is aimed at assisting Ukraine in rebuilding from its conflict with Russia. Von der Leyen stated that the budget reserve will provide stability and flexibility in supporting Ukraine, allowing financial aid to be adjusted based on the situation on the ground. AFP reports her remarks during an EU Commission meeting in Brussels. Ukraine claims to have shot down 32 out of 35 drones in an overnight attack on Kyiv. Damage was inflicted on buildings, houses, and agricultural properties. Russia warned of immediate strikes if Western-supplied weapons target Crimea. Heavy casualties occurred on both sides, with Ukraine reporting 4,600 soldiers killed or injured. Flooding persists in Kherson and Mykolaiv. Allegations of drone strikes and espionage arise. Tensions remain high as Ukraine prepares for more challenges and Russian forces stay in the east. Let's switch focus now to an equally important piece of news, and that is, in a recent interview, former Chancellor of the Exchequer, George Osborne, shared insights on the Treasury's preparedness for external shocks and the impact of the COVID-19 crisis on the economy. Let's delve into his remarks. Osborne stated that while the UK had an influenza plan, the Treasury's focus was on shorter-term disruptions, assessing the GDP impact and workforce absence for a week or 2. However, there was no prior planning for the unprecedented scenario of a prolonged lockdown where the entire population was asked to stay at home for months. He emphasized that no other country had anticipated such a situation either. In retrospect, Osborne acknowledged that if the Treasury had foreseen an extended lockdown, they would have developed policies like the furlough scheme in advance. Interestingly, despite the lack of prior planning, the implementation of schemes such as furlough proved to be relatively straightforward. Looking back, Osborne mentioned that while planning could have been done earlier, he expressed uncertainty about whether an advance plan would have resulted in a better furlough scheme than the one that was ultimately implemented. So, according to George Osborne, the Treasury had not specifically planned for a prolonged lockdown, but they successfully adapted and implemented measures like the furlough scheme. However, He remains unsure if advanced planning would have yielded a more optimal scheme. Thank you for joining us for today's news update. We hope you found these stories informative and engaging. Remember to stay informed and stay connected for more updates on these evolving topics. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for daily news content.